Marcus Aurelius, a standout figure in Stoic philosophy and a Roman emperor from 161 to 188 AD, is renowned for his unique approach to leadership. Despite his immense power, he chose a path of fairness and justice over indulging in personal desires. He penned the Meditations, a collection of personal reflections, which is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. In these writings, Aurelius shares insights on self-improvement and the importance of viewing life from a broader perspective, focusing on rational judgment and self-analysis. Even while leading Rome through wars, Aurelius applied Stoic principles to manage stress and be an effective, dependable ruler. Stoicism, more than just a philosophical theory, offers a practical and inspiring way of life, centered on the belief that ethical actions lead to personal happiness. In this video, we dive into Aurelius' teachings to bring you 5 key lessons. These insights are designed to help you develop clear, rational thinking, enhancing your ability to navigate life's challenges with a Stoic mindset. Let's explore how to think more like Marcus Aurelius and embrace the wisdom of Stoicism in everyday life. 1. Train your perception. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, left us with profound wisdom, especially about the power of perception. His guidance is more than just ancient philosophy. It's a practical toolkit for navigating life's complexities. This lesson from Aurelius teaches us how to train our perception, transforming the way we experience the world. At the heart of Aurelius' teaching is a simple yet revolutionary idea. Our perception shapes our reality. It's not the events themselves that disturb us, but our interpretation of these events. This concept may seem abstract, but its implications are deeply personal and immediate. Let's consider a typical scenario. You're having a challenging day. Everything seems to go wrong. The traffic is terrible, your meetings are unproductive, and your coffee spills. Instinctively, you might label the day as horrible. But Aurelius invites us to pause and question this instinctive judgment. Is the day genuinely terrible, or is it our perception coloring it so? This questioning is the first step in training our perception. We often react to situations based on preconceived notions and emotional responses. Aurelius teaches us to take a step back and assess our automatic judgments. By doing this, we begin to see that our initial reactions are not always accurate or helpful. For instance, in the scenario of the bad day, instead of surrendering to frustration, we can choose to see each challenge as an opportunity. The traffic jam becomes a chance to listen to a favorite podcast, the unproductive meetings a lesson in patience and understanding different perspectives, and the spilled coffee, perhaps, a reminder to slow down. Aurelius famously said, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been." This statement might seem paradoxical, but it's a powerful testament to the strength of our minds. By consciously choosing how we interpret events, we can significantly alter our emotional responses to them. Another aspect of training our perception is to avoid exaggerating our experiences. Human nature tends to dramatize. A minor inconvenience can quickly become the worst thing ever. Aurelius advises us against this tendency. When we strip away the drama and hyperbole, we often find that situations are more manageable than we initially thought. Consider the example of a relationship ending. It's natural to feel hurt and to think in extremes like, "My heart is broken." However, a more Stoic approach would be to acknowledge the pain, but also to recognize it as a natural part of human relationships. This perspective doesn't diminish the hurt, but places it in a more manageable context. Training our perception also involves focusing on positive interpretations. Life is filled with ambiguities, and most situations can be viewed from multiple angles. By habitually looking for the positive or constructive angle, we can significantly enhance our mental well-being. For instance, a challenging work project can be seen as a burden, or it can be viewed as a valuable opportunity to learn and grow professionally. The choice of perception lies with us, and this choice can transform our experience. Aurelius' approach to perception is not about denying reality or avoiding negative feelings. It's about gaining control over our interpretations and reactions. This control gives us the power to navigate life more effectively and with greater peace of mind. In summary, training our perception, as taught by Marcus Aurelius, is a crucial skill for a fulfilling life. It involves questioning our immediate judgments, avoiding exaggeration, seeking positive interpretations, and understanding that our power lies not in external events, but in how we choose to view them. By mastering this skill, we align ourselves with a more rational, peaceful, and resilient way of living, opening up a world of possibilities for personal growth and happiness. 2. Control your emotions. Marcus Aurelius emphasizes the profound impact of mastering one's emotions. In his meditations, he offers insights that transcend time, teaching us how to harness our emotional responses to lead a more rational and fulfilling life. This lesson, central to Stoic philosophy, is about controlling, not suppressing, our emotions. To understand Aurelius' approach, it's vital to recognize the difference between controlling and suppressing emotions. Suppression implies denial or avoidance, which can lead to internal turmoil. Aurelius, instead, advocates for a thoughtful management of emotions, where we acknowledge, understand, and then guide our feelings in constructive directions. Consider anger, an emotion we've all experienced. It's a natural response to perceived injustice or harm. However, unchecked anger can cloud our judgment, leading to impulsive and regrettable actions. Aurelius teaches us to pause when anger arises and examine its root cause. Is it truly justified? What will be the outcome of acting on this anger? By understanding the source and potential consequences of our anger, we begin to control it. But how do we redirect this emotion constructively? Aurelius suggests using moments of anger as opportunities for personal growth. For instance, when someone betrays your trust, instead of reacting with unbridled rage, take a moment to reflect on why it hurts and what it teaches you about your values and expectations in relationships. This reflection can lead to a deeper understanding of yourself and others, fostering forgiveness and empathy. Fear and anxiety are other emotions that can dominate our lives if left unchecked. In the face of fear, Aurelius advises us to use it as a catalyst for action. Fear often signals something important at stake, pushing us to prepare thoroughly and face the challenge head-on. By doing so, we transform fear from a paralyzing force into a motivating one. For example, the fear of failing a major exam can lead to anxiety. However, if we channel this fear into focused study and preparation, it becomes a driving force for success. Similarly, the apprehension of speaking in public can motivate us to practice and refine our presentation skills. In each case, the emotion is not suppressed but redirected to positive ends. Emotional control also involves understanding the impermanence of emotions. Aurelius reminds us that emotions are transient. They come and go. By maintaining this perspective, we can prevent emotions from overwhelming us. When we feel engulfed by sadness or frustration, remembering that these feelings are temporary can help us maintain our composure and think more clearly. Another key aspect of controlling emotions is the development of self-awareness. Aurelius encourages us to regularly reflect on our emotional responses and their triggers. This introspection helps us identify patterns in our emotional reactions and develop strategies to manage them better. For example, if you notice that certain situations consistently trigger anger or anxiety, you can prepare yourself mentally to face these situations with a calmer mindset. Aurelius also understood the importance of external expressions of emotions. He advises that our actions, influenced by emotions, should always align with our values and rational judgment. This means expressing our emotions in ways that are constructive and aligned with our principles. For instance, instead of lashing out in anger, we might choose to express our feelings through calm dialogue or channel our energy into creative pursuits. In essence, controlling our emotions, as taught by Marcus Aurelius, is about understanding, managing, and redirecting our feelings in ways that serve our well-being and personal growth. It's a journey towards emotional intelligence, where we learn to respond to our emotions with wisdom and clarity. By mastering this art, we not only enhance our own lives, but also positively influence those around us, embodying the Stoic ideals of rationality, resilience, and virtue. 3. Exercise the dichotomy of control. Marcus Aurelius, in his timeless Stoic teachings, emphasizes the importance of understanding and practicing the dichotomy of control. This concept, central to Stoic philosophy, is about distinguishing between what is within our control and what is not. It's a principle that offers clarity, peace, and empowerment in our lives. At the core of this concept is a simple truth. Not everything in life is under our control. We cannot influence the weather, the thoughts of others, or the global economy. However, we have control over our actions, reactions, and decisions. Aurelius encourages us to focus our energy on these aspects, as this is where our power truly lies. To illustrate, consider the frustration of being stuck in traffic. You can't control the traffic, no matter how much you wish it. What you can control is how you respond to it. You can choose to be upset, or you can use the time to listen to a podcast, reflect on your day, or simply enjoy some quiet time. This shift in focus transforms a frustrating situation into an opportunity for personal time or learning. The dichotomy of control also teaches us to accept and embrace things as they are. This acceptance does not mean defeat or passivity. Rather, it's a recognition of reality that allows us to respond rationally and effectively. For example, if you face rejection for a job you desired, instead of dwelling on the disappointment, analyze what you can learn from the experience and how you can improve for future opportunities. This principle extends to our emotional responses as well. While we can't control the initial emotional reaction to an event, we can control how we process and respond to that emotion. If you feel anger or sadness, acknowledge these emotions, but then choose a constructive way to deal with them, whether it's through communication, self-reflection, or creative expression. A crucial aspect of practicing the dichotomy of control is developing self-awareness. By regularly reflecting on our experiences and reactions, we can better understand what is and isn't within our control. This awareness allows us to make more informed choices about where to invest our efforts and emotions. Aurelius also talks about the concept of amor fati, love of fate. This idea complements the dichotomy of control by teaching us to not only accept, but also embrace whatever life throws our way. By loving our fate, we transform challenges into opportunities for growth and learning. This mindset shift is empowering, as it turns potential setbacks into valuable life lessons. In practical terms, exercising the dichotomy of control involves a few key steps. First, when faced with a situation, ask yourself, is this within my control? If it is, then take action. If it's not, focus on how you can adapt and respond positively. Second, practice gratitude for the aspects of your life that you can control. This attitude fosters a positive mindset and reduces stress and frustration. Moreover, Aurelius' teachings remind us that while we can plan and strive for outcomes, we should be prepared for and accept different results. This approach doesn't diminish ambition or effort. It simply acknowledges the unpredictable nature of life and keeps us grounded in reality. In essence, the exercise of the dichotomy of control as taught by Marcus Aurelius is a powerful tool for living a more fulfilled and less stressful life. It helps us focus on our own actions and attitudes, accept what we cannot change, and embrace the unpredictable journey of life with resilience and grace. By internalizing and practicing this principle, we cultivate inner strength, peace, and clarity, guiding us through life's ups and downs with wisdom and equanimity. 4. Keep virtues in mind. Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of living a life guided by virtues. In his writings, he conveyed that virtues are not just moral ideals, but practical tools for navigating the complexities of life. This lesson from Aurelius focuses on understanding and incorporating four cardinal virtues: wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance into our daily lives. At the heart of Aurelius' teachings on virtues is the idea that our character, more than anything else, determines the quality of our lives. Virtues are the qualities that constitute good character, and by cultivating them, we can achieve a state of inner peace and fulfillment. Wisdom, for Aurelius, is the ability to see things clearly for what they are and to act accordingly. It involves discernment, the capacity to judge what is true and right. In practical terms, wisdom means making decisions not based on fleeting emotions or societal pressures, but on reasoned thought and understanding. For example, when faced with a difficult decision, wisdom guides us to weigh the pros and cons, consider the long-term consequences, and choose the path that aligns with our values and the greater good. Justice, in the Stoic sense, is about treating others fairly and doing what is morally right. It's not just about legal justice, but encompasses fairness, kindness, and social responsibility. Practicing justice means recognizing the dignity of others and acting in a way that respects their rights and well-being. In everyday life, this could manifest as being honest in our dealings, helping those in need, or standing up against injustice, even when it's inconvenient or challenging to do so. Courage, as Aurelius viewed it, is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act rightly in the face of it. It's the virtue that enables us to confront difficulties, uncertainties, and pains, whether physical or emotional. This form of bravery isn't about reckless heroism, but about the resolve to stick to our principles and pursue our goals despite obstacles and fears. For instance, it takes courage to speak up for what's right, to admit and learn from our mistakes, or to venture into unknown territories in our personal or professional lives. Temperance or moderation is about self-control and restraint. It's the ability to resist excesses and find a healthy balance in all aspects of life. This virtue is particularly relevant in our age of indulgence and overconsumption. Practicing temperance means making choices that are not driven by impulses or desires, but are measured and considered for their long-term impacts. Whether it's about eating and drinking in moderation, managing our time effectively, or balancing work and leisure, temperance helps us lead a more balanced and sustainable life. Aurelius believed that these virtues are interdependent and mutually reinforcing. Wisdom guides us in understanding what is just, courage allows us to pursue that justice, and temperance ensures that our pursuit is balanced and measured. Living a virtuous life, according to Aurelius, is not about adhering to a set of strict rules, but about developing the character that naturally inclines towards these virtues. It's about making the consistent effort to reflect on our actions and choices, asking ourselves whether they align with these virtues. This reflection leads to a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. In practical terms, keeping virtues in mind involves daily introspection and self-improvement. It's about being mindful of our actions and their impact on others, and striving to be the best versions of ourselves. This endeavor is not without its challenges, but it is deeply rewarding. In essence, Marcus Aurelius' call to keep virtues in mind is a roadmap for a meaningful and contented life. By cultivating wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance, we navigate life's complexities with clarity, integrity, and a deep sense of fulfillment. These virtues not only enhance our personal well-being, but also contribute to the betterment of society, embodying the Stoic ideal of living in harmony with oneself and the world. 5. Consider the big picture. In the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, a pivotal element is the concept of considering the big picture. This Stoic principle is not just a philosophical musing, but a practical approach to living a more meaningful and less tumultuous life. It encourages us to step back from the immediacy of our personal experiences and view our lives within a broader context. The essence of this lesson is understanding our place in the grand scheme of things. Our lives, replete with daily tasks, challenges, and personal goals, often seem all-encompassing. However, Aurelius teaches us that by adopting a broader perspective, we can gain insight into what truly matters, leading to a more balanced and rational approach to life. Understanding our significance. A key aspect of considering the big picture is recognizing our own relative insignificance in the vastness of the universe. This realization is not meant to diminish our sense of self-worth, but to provide a sobering perspective on our worries and struggles. For instance, the anxiety over a work presentation or the frustration with a delayed flight is put into perspective when we consider the immense scale of time and space. This shift in viewpoint doesn't trivialize our experiences, but helps us approach them with a calmer, more composed attitude. The interconnectedness of life. Aurelius also emphasizes the interconnectedness of all things. Our actions and decisions, no matter how small, can have far-reaching consequences. By considering the big picture, we become more mindful of how our behavior affects others and the environment. This awareness can guide us towards more ethical and responsible choices. For example, the decision to recycle, use public transport, or support local businesses might seem insignificant in isolation. But collectively, these actions contribute to a larger movement towards sustainability and community well-being. Long-term thinking. Another element of this Stoic lesson is the importance of long-term thinking. In our fast-paced, instant gratification culture, it's easy to get caught up in short-term desires and successes. However, Aurelius urges us to look beyond immediate gratification and consider the long-term impact of our actions. This perspective is crucial in decision-making, whether it's about career choices, relationships, or personal development. For example, choosing a job that aligns with our values and long-term goals may offer more lasting satisfaction than one that offers immediate but fleeting benefits. Overcoming ethnocentrism and subjectivity. Considering the big picture also means stepping out of our subjective viewpoints and acknowledging the diversity of human experiences. We often view the world through the lens of our own culture, background, and personal experiences. Aurelius' teachings encourage us to recognize and respect the myriad ways people live and think. This broader outlook fosters empathy and understanding, and it can lead to more harmonious and enriching interactions with others. Practicing reflection and contemplation. To incorporate this principle into our lives, Aurelius advocates regular reflection and contemplation. This practice involves periodically distancing ourselves from the minutiae of daily life and contemplating our place in the world. Such reflection can occur in moments of solitude, during walks in nature, or through journaling. It's an opportunity to reassess our priorities, evaluate our actions, and align ourselves with our deeper values and goals. Navigating life's challenges. When facing life's challenges, considering the big picture helps us navigate them with a sense of calm and clarity. Instead of getting overwhelmed by immediate difficulties, we can ask ourselves how these challenges fit into our overall life journey. This approach helps us to see difficulties as opportunities for growth and learning rather than insurmountable obstacles. The role of humility. Embracing the big picture also involves cultivating humility. Recognizing that we are just a small part of a much larger world can be a humbling experience. This humility doesn't mean undervaluing ourselves. Rather, it allows us to approach life with an open mind and a willingness to learn and grow. It teaches us to be less self-centered and more compassionate towards others and the world around us. Impact on decision-making. When making decisions, considering the big picture encourages us to think beyond our immediate desires and consider the potential long-term effects of our choices. This might mean sacrificing short-term pleasure for long-term well-being, or choosing a path that is more challenging, but ultimately more rewarding. In summary, Marcus Aurelius' lesson to consider the big picture is a call to broaden our perspective, to see beyond the immediacy of our individual experiences, and to understand our place within the larger tapestry of life. By adopting this perspective, we can live with greater purpose, make more informed and ethical decisions, and approach life's challenges with a sense of tranquility and wisdom. It's a reminder that, in the grand scheme of things, our actions and choices are part of a much larger story. And it's within this broader context that we find our true significance and potential for impact. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to explore our complete The Stoic Wisdom playlist for more insights. For additional content on leveraging timeless philosophical teachings to achieve personal success and fulfillment, please subscribe to our channel. We greatly appreciate your viewership. Thank you for tuning in.